These consecutive plays in the opening game with the Titans at New York cost the Bills the services of quarterback Tommy O'Connell and then halfback Richie Lucas for the rest of the afternoon. The offensive line was a sieve. Bills replacement quarterback Bob Broadhead lost 11 on this play. Defensive mistakes gave veteran pros like the Titans' Don Maynard opportunities to make spectacular catches like this one. Smart quarterbacks like Al Doro made things tough for the Bills' eager but so inexperienced defensive lineman. He goes the distance here. This time, Doro in the white jersey sets up the winning New York score in the final 2 minutes against the Bills at Buffalo. He romps 16 yards on this play. Now from the 16-yard line, Doro rolls out, spots daylight, and is finally downed on the Bills' 1. He dives over for the score. Doro's touchdown wouldn't have meant a thing if a few minutes earlier, Wilmer Fowler hadn't muffed a perfectly thrown touchdown pass from Tommy O'Connell.
Five days later, the Broncos conclude their Eastern tour with a storybook finish in reverse at the Polo Grounds against the Titans of New York. It was an unbelievable finish as the Broncos led 24-21 with 24 seconds to play when a blocked punt results in a loose ball. Roger Donahue pounces on it and runs into the end zone. The conversion is good. There are 15 seconds to play, and the Titans win 28-24.
Later, the Oilers trail the New York Titans 7-6 when veteran pro quarterback George Blanda fires one to Bill Groman for 50 yards gain. Facing third and goal now, Blanda again goes to the airwaves for the necessary 6 yards and 6 points, hitting Jack Atchison for the score that gains back the lead. New York forges ahead 14-13, but a blocked field goal attempt sets the Oilers up at the Titan 38, from which point Billy Cannon slashes off right in for 25 valuable yards. Six plays against the stubborn Titan defense moves the ball to the 1, and Cannon blasts away for the final yard and his first touchdown as a pro for a 20-14 Houston lead. Still in the ball game on the last play of the third quarter, the Titans' Dick Jamieson fires complete to Dewey Bowling. But the tough Oiler defense forces a fumble and tackle Jerry Helluin comes up with the ball. The teams change ends for the final stanza. Watch now as Charlie Toller turns the corner behind a fine Bob Salamini block and thrills the South End customers with a 40-yard sprint to pay dirt as the Oilers win 27-21 to retain the Eastern Division lead.
Speaking of Dominion, I was proud of the way he came along. In training camp and in our early games, Doobie couldn't seem to do anything right. But with experience came confidence. Doobie turned in some exciting performances before the season was over.
Here against the Titans, Doobie grabs a green pass and streaks between two defenders, 32 yards, and a touchdown.
We had another boy who was mighty valuable this past season. We traded a tackle, Al Crow, to Boston for fullback Ray Carlton right after our opening preseason game. It turned out to be a fine deal for us. Carlton is everything a good fullback should be. Ray led us in scoring, ground gaining, and was way up in pass receiving. He was just about the best fullback in our league, in my opinion. Here are some shots of Carlton in action.
Carlton finds a hole, cuts left, and outraces the Titans secondary for 54 yards, the Bills' second longest run from scrimmage. Here, Ray picks up 21 yards against New York on his favorite fullback draw play.
After 4 straight home games, the Oilers moved to the Polo Grounds at New York for a rematch with the Titans. New York quarterback Al Doro, with Mike Bute in hot pursuit, rolls out on the opening drive of the game. He slips, trying to avoid Julian Thnx. Temper, Albert. Now it's Doro to Art Powell for 6 points, and the game is only 4 minutes old. Bill Shockley kicks off for the supercharged Titans. Get ready now for fireworks. Kenny Hall slips 4 yards deep in the end zone. But watch as the Texas Aggie and Sugarland great deflate New York hopes on this 104-yard touchdown gallop. It stands through the season as a league record. In the second quarter, New York pulls up to a 7-point deficit as Blanda hits Groman on a 40-yarder to set up the score. Reluctant to break up a winning combination, Blanda hits Groman in the end zone. But New York strikes back with Dick Jamieson throwing 44 yards to Art Powell to narrow the count to 35-28. A circus catch. Seeking to put this scoring bee out of reach of the Titans, Blanda picks out Charlie Hennigan for this 41-yard offering early in the fourth quarter. 4 plays later, Hennigan again is Blanda's choice, and this time it's 6 points for the Oilers and a wild 42-28 victory in the Polo Grounds.
To Gotham. Having won 2 in a row, the Chargers are the guest of Sammy Baugh's New York Titans. This is the last of a 3-game road trip, and by winning this one, the Chargers can go home in first place. And here's a break for the Chargers. Jack Kemp at quarterback. Rolls out to his right. Throws long. The ball bounces off of a Titan defender into the hands of Dave Kasurik for a 52-yard gain. Fullback Howie Ferguson drives over right guard for the touchdown. Noted for his bullet passes, Kemp fires one to Kasurik this time, and Dave bulls his way for 18 yards. A coach's dream, this play, a play designed to go all the way, and it works to perfection as Paul Lowe hightails it right through the middle of the New York line and goes 62 yards untouched. Middle linebacker Charlie Bruckman shows his alertness as the Chargers' Red Dog New York quarterback Al Doro causing a Titan fumble with Bruckman recovering. Now watch Kemp's wizardry as he fakes to the halfback. Throws the Titan line off balance and scoots 17 yards to the New York 1-yard line. Beautiful fake. Kemp survived that crash. Now lunges over for 6 big points. And the Chargers win their 3rd straight, beating New York 21-7.
With 2nd and 6 from their own 49, Al Doro, the former Michigan State star, hits Don Maynard, who goes to the Denver 8. Dewey Bowling picks up 3 yards. And Doro throws to Art Powell for the score. On the first play after the kickoff, Trapuka's pass is deflected, and Don Mumley grabs it off and goes 26 yards for the 2nd New York tally. In the middle of the 3rd quarter, New York leads 21-7, and the Broncos have a 2nd and 10 on their own 27. Taylor takes a Trapuka aerial to the Denver 42. And now Carpenter takes one to the New York 40. This next pass finds Taylor being tripped, and a pass interference call gives the Broncos a 1st down on the Titan 8. A screen pass to Raleigh loses 7, but Lionel Taylor grabs the next one in the end zone, and it's 21-14. The Titans pick up a field goal and a touchdown and lead 30-14 when the Broncos begin to roll again, this time with a 4th down and 4 on the New York 46. Greer takes a pass to the 38. Taylor takes this one to the 27. Larry Grantham intercepts a Trapuka pass on the 7, slips, gets up, and is hit with savagery by Gene Mingo. He fumbles, and Mingo recovers as Grantham is out cold and has to be carried off the field. It was possibly the hardest single tackle of the year. On this next play, Tripp passes to Mingo in the left flat for a touchdown. A few moments later, after a pass interception by Skip Doyle, the Broncos move to the New York 7, where Taylor takes a Trapuka pass for the final score of the day, and the Titans triumph in another squeaker, 30-27.
For the final league game of the season, Western Division champions, the Chargers met the Titans of New York. New York was assured of second place in the Eastern Division. One of the great runs of the season, Lowe starts around right end, runs into trouble, completely reverses his field, and races for 25 yards and a touchdown. There's a close-up of a great halfback, Paul Lowe. Kemp now takes to the air, spots Dave Kasurik, and it's good for 21 yards. What a competitor that Kasurik is. Again, Kemp takes to the air as Norton catches his pass. The Titan defender misses Don, and he walks into the end zone. One of the key to the Chargers' success this year was defensive back Jimmy Sears, one of the great punt returners of the league. Watch him come back this time to set up a Charger touchdown. A hard man to bring down, Mr. Sears. One of the most improved players in the last half of the season was in Don Norton. Here he catches his second touchdown pass from Jack Kemp. Fullback Blanche Martin, formerly of Michigan State, was on the receiving end of this Kemp touchdown pass. As you can see, Blanche came to an abrupt stop thanks to that goal post. Halfback Freddie Ford shows he too can carry the mail. Rambles 14 yards to the New York 5-yard line. Kemp now on a keeper play, skirts the right end, and outruns the defense for the touchdown. And the Chargers finish their league with a record of 8 wins and 4 losses, so it's on to Houston and the championship game.